Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and in an effort to keep up our 2 videos a day, it means I end up doing them in some slightly unusual locations. So hello from Nantucket this time. And the puzzle I'm going to be doing is by a new constructor for us called Randall, and looking forward to this. He's called the puzzle Splatter, I guess because there are red spots splattered on the grid. And we'll have a look at that in a moment. Now, I do want to mention our Domino Sudoku app, which is still doing very well. People enjoying that a lot, which is great to see. Available now on Android as well as the App Store and Steam. Do check it out. It's a great addition to our stable of apps. Even if you just download the basic app itself for free without buying the Domino Sudoku piece, you get 7 completely new puzzles, so do give that a go. And there are all our other apps, and you can join Patreon, where we've got very popular, much easier than usual challenge going on at the moment called Gasp, genuinely approachable Sudoku and puzzle mix, so do try that out. But there's also Discord and stuff. They're all on the links under the video. But the first link is to this puzzle called Splatter. I'm going to go through the rules now. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits in cages can't repeat, and they sum to the total in the top left corner of the cage. That's normal enough killer rules. Now, digits in red cells are the column index of the red cells column in that row. Now, when I first read that, it's just words. I couldn't understand what it means, but there are a couple of examples. So, for instance, the digit in row 7, column 2 is the column index of the 2 in row 7. So if there was a 6 in row 7, column 2, it means that the 2 in this row, so it's referring to this row, and it's saying where does the digit that is that column number, which is 2, go in this row? And it goes in column number 6. So if that was a 6, this is a 2. That's how the red cells work. Not all red cells are given, just so we know that. Now, this is the sort of puzzle I believe that appeals to computer programmers who are used to indexing as a general thing that they're doing all the time. And these digits are indexing where certain numbers go. There goes a ferry outside. Right, but interesting. I'm not good at these indexing puzzles. It's one of my weaknesses, so you may get to watch me struggle here, or give the puzzle a go yourself, obviously on the link. But I am going to start now. I'm just going to restart my clock. Let's get cracking. Okay, well, let's do some killer Sudoku, because that's really the bit that I do know about. A 6 in 3 cells has to be 1, 2, 3. And a 15 in the same box has to be 4, 5, 6, and the other cells are 7, 8, 9. So we get effectively 3 given triples there. Now the 15 cages, there are 4 of them. Yeah, and they're in an interesting disposition. Right, they are all 6, 7. The digits possible are either a 6, 9 pair or a 7, 8 pair. And that's quite interesting because whichever this pair is, if that's 6, 9, then this cell can't be 6 or 9, and this must be an 8, 7 pair. And if that was the case, that'll force this to be a 6, 9 pair, and then this will have to be an 8, 7 pair, because that cell, why? Because if it was a 6, 9 pair, that would break here. So they're going to kind of alternate around the grid, and I think I'm going to colour them. Let's colour them yellow and blue. One of those being a pair that is 6, 9, and the other being a pair that's 8, 7. Now, it also gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this column, because we have 6, 7, 8, and 9. I don't think we can do much more without looking at the indexing. Those add up to 20. They can't be 3, 8, 9, but there are various other ways they could make 20. We could use the secret here. 45 is the sum of every box, because 1 to 9 is the total. Always adds up to 45. And that means these two add up to 12. But I don't, if that was a 7, 8 pair in blue, then that would be a 9, 3 pair that we've got highlighted. But there are 2 possibilities if it's a 6-9 pair. So I don't think we can do much more without looking at the indexing. So I'm going to have to do that. Let's look at this one. So we've got a couple of cells with pencil marks in, and I'm going to start there. This one says that, I have to understand this rule again, that whatever digit appears, no, it says that the 6 in this row is in whatever cell this is. It says it's in one of those 3 cells. Well, those 2 cells can't have a 6 in, so that must be the 6. And it is effectively telling us that 6 in this row is in column 6, which is very self-referential. And I think it's true that these red cells are very able to be self-referential digits in each case. Indeed, we could have worked out, just by considering the grid, that not all red cells are given, because there must be a 9 in this column somewhere, and wherever it is you could paint it red and it would be true, for instance. Anyway, that does also mean those 2 won't be self-referential, but I don't know how to use that. Okay, let's look at this now. This is saying that 7, this is column 7, in this row must be in columns 1, 2, 3, or 5. 7 is in one of those places. Yeah, that's useful. Look, there's a 7, 8, 9 triple preventing 7 being in that cell, so this can't be a 5. Now this is saying that 7 must be in this 28 cage, which probably reduces a 28 cage to 1 option. 9874. Yes, the only other option would have been 9865. So this must be 9874. And that includes a 4. So this can't be a 4. This is bouncing back and forth like Tigger. So now that's saying 1, 2, 3. That's saying the 7 must be in those cells, and it can't be there. Which is going to put... No, actually, sorry, I was going to say it's going to put 7 in this 27 cage. But isn't it actually 9, 8, and 7 are all going to be in the 27 cage? Because they can't be here because they're in this row, they're in the 28 cage. So they can't be there. They can't be there by pencil marking. So I think 9, 8, and 7 have to be in this 27 cage. They add up to 24, plus 1 and 2. That must be the makeup of the cage. Oh, that's really weird. Okay, so that one's not 7, 8, or 9. So 1, 2, 7, 8, 9 in the cage. This has to be a 3 now. 4 has to be here because there's also a 4 in this cage, so none of these can be 4. And this is a 5, 6 pair. Oh, isn't that lovely? That really is a beautiful way of making progress with this rule set, or of the constructor giving us the progress we can make with it. So we've got a 1, 2 pair in that row. These can't be 3 or 4 now. One of them is a 5. Now this red cell has got some possibilities in it, but it's got quite a lot. And this is saying, where does 8 go in this row? Well, it can't go in column 7, so we can take 7 out of there, but it could go in either of those positions. It could just go in those positions, although that would force 8 to be there. I think it's getting harder now. Oh, that can't be a 6, that can't be a 9, therefore. Yeah, I mean, the things we worked out earlier, like those adding up to 12 and this being a little restricted as a 20, I don't think they've really been impacted by what we've done, unfortunately. So, okay, what about this? This can't be 4, 5, or 6 because of the 15 cage below. It can't be 1 or 2 because of the pair in the box. So this is saying, where does 6 go? Ah, this is lovely, yes. This is saying, where does 6 go in this row? It's got to be 3, 7, 8, or 9 by Sudoku, but none of these are a 6 by pencil marking. So that is a 3, and that's putting a 6 here. That's also going to stop this being 6 and that being 9. It doesn't give much else, does it? So we get one cell, but it doesn't inform suppose this now has to be, oh look, actually these cells have all got a bit restricted. This is 7, 8 or 9. It's seeing all of those and this 1, 2 pair. These see 7, 8, 9, 3 and the 1, 2 pair. So they're from 4, 5 or 6. I wish I knew which was which though. 6, 4, 5, 3. Is this useful? This is saying where is 2 in this row, which has to be in 1, 2 columns 1, 2, 3, 8 or 9. That's not very interesting, is it? 3 has to be in one of these by Sudoku. Six has to be in one of these by Sudoku. Anything else going on here? Oh, what are these going to be? Ah! Oh, right. What are the combinations that could fit in this 20 cage? I think that's going to be worth thinking about, because yes, they're going to, look, they can't have a 1, 2, 3 in because of that. So whatever is in here, let's colour that orange. In the central box, that's got to go in these 3 cells, because they can't be here and they're not 1, 2 or 3. So these 3 are the same constituents and they add up to 20. Oh, and they have to be 5, 6, 9. They have to be the maximum. Oh, that is beautiful. That's really good. 5, 6, 9. That's a lovely bit of puzzle setting. Right, so none of these can be 9s now. That can't be 9 either. This is a 4, 8, 7 triple in this column. That's 5, 6, 9 as well. Ooh. If that's 6 or 9, blue is a 7, 8 pair. Don't know what to do quite with that yet. Now, this is saying 8 is either in 1 or 2 or 8. This is saying that 2, oh, it can't be in column 9. Oh, nor can 8 be in column 9 now, because of these 2 red cells. So that is now 1 or 7. Wonder if I'm meant to know which one. Let's just have a look up here. 4, 5, 3, 6, 9. These are from 1, 2, 7 and 8. These are from 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now, this is saying that 6 in this row is either there or there. Oh, well, it can't be in number 7. Ah, can it be in number 8? Right, it can't be in cell 7. Can 6 be here? If 6 is there, this becomes a 7, 8 pair. If 6 is here, this blue becomes a 7, 8 pair. And one of those is right and one of them is wrong. This might be worth thinking about actually now, because we haven't got much else to go on. If 6 is here and that's a 1 or 2. Ah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This doesn't work, I think. If 6 is in one of these positions and that's a 1 or 2, you've got a 1, 2 pair here. Then that has to be blue has to be a 7, 8 pair, but that cell, because it now couldn't be 1 or 2, would also have to be 7 or 8. That's impossible. Isn't that gorgeous? Look, if that was a 1 or a 2, 6 would be there. This would be a 7 or 8, 7, 8 pair. But that would have to be 7 or 8 because you'd have a 1, 2 pair in this column. Sorry, I can't highlight where it is, but that's what it would be. Why didn't I get my mouse? I don't know, sorry. Anyway, there we go. So this is not 1 or 2, this is 8. That puts 6 here, and that's red as well, and that puts 2. Oh no, they're referring to each other. They're a mutual pair. That puts 8 there. Okay. Well, no, that now proves yellow is the 7, 8 pair because of this 6. Right. So blue is 9, 6. Yellow is the 7, 8 pair. This is 6, 9. We can do those. That becomes a 5. Oh, this is gorgeous. What a clever puzzle. These can't have an 8 in. Right, now these two add up to 12, but they're not 9, 3. So they're either 8, 4 that way round because of this, or they're a 7, 5 pair. Oh, we can place a 6 in box 7. There it is. Can we finish off 6s? Yes, I think we probably can. Yes, all the 6s in the grid are suddenly done. That's good. Now maybe we should keep going. What's this red cell? This is, we're saying, where is 8 in this? Ah, this can't be 8. Because that would have to be a 7 to fulfill its red function. But that would be a 7. So that's not an 8. So that's a 7. That's not a 7. So now we've got a 1, 2 pair in the column, and that's a 7. This can't be 7. Now, 8 can't be any... Oh, 8 has to now be in 1, 2, or 3. So that's... a 1, 2, or 3. 8 must be somewhere here. Ooh, so it's either in the cage with 1, 2, 3, 4, or it's there and 4 is here. That's really weird. I think both of those are still possible. Right, everything else in the top row is 1, 2, 3, or 4. Now, I haven't... Okay, this one is saying where is 2... Oh, look, 5 is now in this group of cells by Sudoku because of these two 5s. What's this? This is saying where is 8 in this row, so it can be an 8. And this is saying where is 2, so... that could be an 8 if that's a 2. Okay, they're not resolved, right? Oh, look, 9 into this box is ruled out of all of those cells, so it goes in a red cell. Aha! And that means that 2 in this row goes over here. So that can't be 2, that can't be 2, these can't be 2. Now, what has that done? Not enough. Okay, let's keep looking here. 6, 9, 7, 8. So this is now asking where does 3 go in the row? Well, it can't go in column 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, or 4. And that means 3 is in one of those cells. That can't be a 9. I've just spotted. 6. Oh, I feel like... I'm sure there's something that's come from the deductions we've made that is valuable. Oh, look, there's a 9 in one of those two cells. That's the only place it can be in the box. Oh, and that places the 9 in this cage. There. Not a 6, it's a 9. Oh, look, I get 9 there. If I finish with 9s in the grid, I think I can do the last one. Looks like they're all done. I probably should know what's going on here. That is 1, 2, or 3. So 8 is in one of those cells. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, aren't they? Ooh. Okay, that can't be 2. I've got a 1, 3, 4, 5 quad here, so that's 7 or 8. It doesn't really do anything, but it's might prove useful, you never know. 6, 5, 3, 9. Oh, I'm getting a bit stuck now, but probably just through ignorance and foolishness. Right, that's saying 3 is in one of those cells. This is requiring 8 to be in one of those, but is it... Is it doing it usefully? Oh, 7. No, I knew that. 7 has to be in one of these. I'm going to pencil mark it for what it's worth. 6, 9, 5 and 7. 12 there, or 8 and 4. Which of those is right? I really would like to know whether 8 is in the cage or outside it. If 8's outside it and 7's in it, then it must be 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. But if 8's inside it, it's 1, 2... Ah! Is that right? Yeah, that doesn't work. This can't be... If 8's inside the cage... Oh no, it does work. Then you get 5 and 7 there. And 7's outside it. Yeah, that's fine. That does work. Okay, so that's not what to do. 3 and 5 are in these cells. Oh, that can... Oh, can that be a 2? 2 is now definitely in one of these two. 7 is definitely in one of these two cells. So then 7 is in one of these two. Now, uniqueness probably tells me that 7 isn't there, but I'm not going to use that because it doesn't prove that the puzzle is solvable. And part of our solutions are to prove that the puzzles we show you have only one solution. So if you're one of the people who likes to write in and go, I've found a separate solution, you haven't. It never works. And there's always something wrong with it. Now, let's just keep thinking though and not worry about that. I think I'm one step away from a finish here. 5 has to be in one of those cells. It's got to be to do with these remaining reds, hasn't it? Now, if that was a 1... Ah, that's interesting. It can't be a 1 because that would put 2 here and then you couldn't fit 3 and 5 into this row. It could be a 2 because then 3 and 5 would surround it. It could be a 3, you'd get 2 here and 5 here, and I suppose it could be an 8 because you'd get 2 here and 3 and 5 here. Okay, well I just stopped it being a 1. That wasn't that thrilling, was it? What is it that we do at this point? 9, 6, 2, 8, 7, 6, 8, 7, 6. So 5 is either there or in one of these two. Then 5 would be there. Ah, I can't quite see this. I think we're very, very nearly there. If 8 was in this cage, it would form an X-wing with 8 down here, and then 8 would have to be in one of these cells, which would stop 8 being there. If 7, no, it doesn't quite work the same way. If 7 was in the cage, it wouldn't form an X-wing down here. Come on, Mark. So, 6, 9... Wow, what else am I meant to find? Right, it must be about this. This seems to have pressure on it. This is asking where does 2 go, and it's restricted 2 now to those cells. Oh, 8 can't be here because that would have to be a 4 for the indexing. Well, that's blinking obvious when you spot it. Right, so that's a 7. That's not. This is now a 1 by Sudoku. That's a 2. That's an 8. Oh, it's that simple. That makes that a 2, and 8 and 2 are a referential, so, or mutual pair, I suppose I was calling it earlier. Right, now, what has that done, if anything? This is a 7. That doesn't do anything on its own. This is not a 1. Oh, look, 8 is looking at that cell. That's a 7, which I knew it would be by uniqueness. That's an 8. Come on, do something now. 325. These are from 1, 4 and 8 and definitely include a 1. That is an 8 X-Wing. No, it's not, because 8 doesn't have to be there, so that's nonsense. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 and 4 are up there. They have been all the time. These are from 1, 3 and 4. 2 has to be in one of these cells. So, oh, that's not 2. That's fairly obvious from that being a 2. 1, 3, 4, 5 along here. Don't know. Oh, 8 in this row seems to have to be here. 6, 1, 7, 2, 8. So that's 3, 4, 5. I'm just really randomly pencil marking cells now. No, not quite. That's placed 9 in this column. Actually, sorry, that 9 was available a long time ago. I just hadn't seen it. Now, what does that do in this row? It means 5 has to be in one of these 3 cells. So I've only got these 2 left that I haven't used and completed. This is saying that 8 is in one of these 3. If it's in the cage is 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Gosh, oh, 6, no, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of these has to be 7 or 8 in this column. So, I think this can't be 7 anymore, weirdly. If that's a... no, that's not necessarily true. 7... no, oh, it's at least one of those has to be 7 or 8. That's why they could both be 8 and 7. Oh, think it through, Mark. What's going on here? Is it this? This is saying where 3 goes. It could still be there as far as I can see. 2, 8, 7, 9, 6. 1, 3, 4, 5. 2 has to be in one of those. 3, 4, 5 in the final column. Ah, I cannot see the last step here. That is frustrating. One of these is a 1. Oh, goodness. Okay, I just need to figure it out. Come on. 2. 2 can't be there or there. But it must... 1 and 2... and 3 must be in the cage, along with either 4, 8 or 5, 7. So if 8 is in there, then 4's in the cage. It does now seem to be all about this cage somehow. That's really strange. If that's a 2, you get an 8 here, which would put that as a 7. That's quite interesting. That would stop this being a set. In fact, if that's an 8, that's a 7. Oh, if 8's in the cage, those 3 cells include an 8 and a 7. So do those 2. And that uses up the 8s and 7s for columns 1 and 2. And then in this box, you'd have to put both 8 and 7 in that cell, and that's impossible. So 8 is not in the cage. I'm sure there is a less complicated way of seeing that, but it's what I've done, and I'm using it. So 8 goes there, 4 goes there. Right, that will finish us off, actually. He says wildly confidently. That... now, the 8 has turned up in column 3, so that's a 3. Yes, this will finish us off. 4, 5, 1. Oh, I like getting to the point where it's about a finish, to be honest. 1, 4 pair gives a 5 there. That's a 3. Yeah, this 4 and 5 pair's been resolved. That can't be 3. That's not 3 or 5. That's an uninteresting part of the puzzle at this point. We've got to fit 1, 2, 3, 5 and 7 in here. Okay, that's not 1 or 4. I'm sure we are finishing off, but I haven't done it yet. That's not 4 or 5, it's 1 or 3. 7, 6, 9, 8. This hasn't got fixed at all. Oh, come on, I'm sure we are done. 6, 9, 7, 8, 2, 4. That's not 2 or 4, and nor's that. That's 1 or 3. That's not a 4, and that's not a 4. Well, maybe we're not done extraordinarily at this point. I literally thought we had to be. These are from 2, 3, and 7. That's 3 or 7. That's 2, 3, or 7. This can't be a 3. These are from... Oh, look, that's it. The only place 4 can be in this box. So these are from 1, 2, 5. The only place 8 can be... No, hang on. We've got a 1, 3. The only place 7 can be in this column is down at the bottom. That means the only place 8 can be in the first column is there. That can't be an 8. So the 8 in this cage is now there. Right. 1 there. Yes, that gives us a 5 here. I swear we're finishing. 9, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the only place for 5 in this column. It's weird. How is this? Oh, because 5 couldn't be in the coloured cell. Yes, 5 has gone in there now. Right, and this is still telling us where 3 is in this row, and I don't know what the answer is, but that's become a 3. That fixes the top of the column. 1 and 2. That's going to fix this box. 3, 2, 1, 2, 1. Now, we don't have a 2 there. That's 3 or 7. This is 4 or 7. This can't be a 1. So it is now going to come down to this red cell. I'm not quite done here. Oh, what a puzzle. It really keeps up its resistance, doesn't it? Or have I just missed putting something in that we've resolved? That said that 8 was in column 3. Yeah, we've done that. I think we've obeyed all the red cells we've done. This now can't be a 1 by the red cell rule. So it's saying 3 is in one of those places. So if it was a 2, that would work. If it was a 4, you'd have 3 there, and that would be impossible because one of those has to be a 2. So it's not a 4. Oh my goodness, this still isn't finishing for me. It obviously can be a 3, and I think that's rather straightforward. 1, 4, 2. If it's a 2, then you get 3, 1, 4. So this can't be a 1, I think. If this is a 3, that's a 1, and this can't be a 1. If it's a 2, you get 3 here, and that's a 1. So this can never be a 1, and now the 1 in the box is there. Good grief. Are we finished now? No? I'm so slow at this. This is where I have the real problem with this indexing stuff. I kind of feel we're not finished now. No, that was putting a 6 here. Almost feels to me as though there are 2 ways to finish this puzzle now, but that can't be right. So if this is a 3, 421, I think that's fine. So it is. But if it was a 2, that would put 3 here and 4 here. What's wrong with that? 652198347. I must have missed something in one of the rows that we've got finishing. That is saying that 7, there we go, that's been available for ages. That is saying that 7 is in column 3 in this. Oh, that's embarrassing. There we go. Well, I mean, it made for some very interesting and unnecessary deductions at the bottom there, and we get solved in just over 30 minutes, but it shouldn't have taken that long because I completely ignored the information from that cell for goodness knows how long. I think I've had that from very early in the puzzle, very early, and I just never wrote 7 in there. Ah! Oh well, we're done now. Sorry about that. That says I shouldn't do these puzzles while I'm on holiday, I guess. But anyway, I'm delighted to have finished. That's a very clever puzzle. Thank you very much to Randall for sending it. And thank you, as always, for watching on the channel. It's great to see you, and hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.